All right, we're going second. Oh, they have water energy. I'm gonna just go with Sprigatito in the front, and then we'll go with Celebi, and then we'll end turn. Because I figure we can just get the EX here and cry for help, and hopefully get the evolution going. Which seems good enough for us. Pokeball. So the good thing about this deck is we got the best of both worlds, right? If they evolve, we got Celebi. If they don't evolve and they're an EX, we got Sprigatito. We got a little bit of best of both worlds action happening. All right, another Celebi. I don't think I'm going to put down any other Pokemon. Double Meowscarada. This will be the Floragato. Oh, never mind. I forgot we have another Sprigatito. Or Sprigatito. Suicune is currently doing 80 damage. So we'll theoretically die in the front. Oh, wow. They can choose whoever they want. We'll probably put down the other Sprigatito. If I don't find, say, a rare candy on this next pull, 10 cards remaining, 20% chance, then we're going to have to put the other Sprigatito down and start building it. Ooh, that's big. Rare candy's going down. They still do 80 and 20. I could technically heal, but yeah, I'm just gonna heal. There's no real way that they can actually kill us here. And maybe that healing that we did with Erika was technically a wasted heal, considering he's about to swing in for 80, technically 100 damage. The way that I looked at it was, if he does attack and puts double energy, he's losing all of his energy. So I don't think he'd want to lose all of his energy. That was the idea, right? That was the thought process. But I think regrets are starting to kick in now, because I'm realizing Pyukumuku can technically attack me, but I can't one-shot it. So we're gonna have to put down another Sprigatito. Energy. Put down the Celebi. Hope he doesn't actually... red card. Because then we can just rare candy, evolve, hit the Meowscarada, and then we win the game. That's basically our win con. They put one energy on Pyukumuku. They Greninja, kill my Meowscarada. Moment of truth. Do they red card? Do they Mars? They don't. So we did make a mistake. We were playing a little scared because we didn't want them to red card us earlier, and then I wouldn't be able to heal up, and they'd hit me for like 100 and stuff like this, whatever. In the end, it worked out. We got our rare candies. Suicune went down pretty quick. And that is all she wrote. Obviously, this deck does really well when you're going second for that energy advantage. In some games, you're not really going to need Celebi if they don't really evolve in the front. So you're going to be switching back and forth between these two. Going first, we got Giratina. Base Giratina, non-EX. This is something I don't really see too often. I wonder what they're cooking with base Giratina. Let's go ahead and leave. We got rare candy, Meowscarada. They need 3 energy to attack, but they do have energy advantage. Unless they're running the Lake Trio. That'd be interesting if they're running Lake Trio with Giratina. Because I haven't played that deck nor seen that deck in such a long time. Unless they're just getting unlucky and can't find anything. I don't know. Let's go ahead and rare candy. Let's get this down. And let's end turn. We'll be able to two-shot him before he can two-shot us. That's the good thing. Moment of truth. Do you have a Pokemon or what are you playing? You've got 8 cards in hand. Surely you've got one basic. There it is. Another Giratina. He's got double Giratina somehow. So now he's going to build the back, right? If he puts energy on the back Giratina, maybe I Sabrina. Never mind. He is doing Lake Trio. And he's got Giratina. So what's the play? Energy on... I mean, he won't be able to actually switch unless he puts energy on this front Giratina. So can't I just not Sabrina and then still Fighting Claws and attack? Because again, he won't be able to switch an attack with the 70 damage unless he puts energy. So I get to get a free kill here. He is going to try and get me in one-shot range to the other Giratina in the back. That's the scary thing. Celebi's not really going to do us much, to be fair, but I don't want my energy in the front to be wasted, so I'm just going to do that. Pick up a kill, +1. We need to find our other Meowscarada or our Sprigatito. So we'll take 70 damage here. Which is not good. Because that puts us in one-shot range. However, I could just... So Erika puts me above the one shot. It makes it so he has to attack me again. Which means I get to Fighting Claws. Which forces him to attack one more time with the Giratina. It's still his turn. Okay, never mind. He hasn't done anything yet. He's still thinking. He's got a Mesprit down. He's putting energy for a Supreme Blast. Uh-oh. Good thing is he won't be able to build that quick enough unless he has, say, Dawn, and he dons it from that Giratina. We desperately need to find our, whatchamacallit, our Sprigatito. If we can find our Sprigatito... He's not even going to attack. Wait, why? He can't one-shot with Giratina here. Unless he does have Dawn and he's going to Dawn next turn. But now since we found our Sprigatito, I don't think it really matters, right? We can one-shot the Mesprit with Giovanni. Alright, let's pick up a kill here. Maybe he's waiting to Mars me. I'm so confused on what his play is. Because if he uses Mars, my Meowscarada lives. Yeah, he has Dawn. Okay, so no Mars. Dawn is coming in. There goes the Dawn, which means no Mars. So the most you can do is red card, which still gives us a good chance of finding our, whatchamacallit, Pokemon. We got a top deck Meowscarada. Come on, game. 6 cards remaining. Top deck the Meowscarada. Top deck the Meowscarada. I'm going to go in with Celebi just in case we don't top deck it. Alright, no top deck, sadly. I kind of just want to attack and do nothing. Giovanni was supposed to be so I can one-shot all the other 70 HP Pokemon with Meowscarada, but we didn't get it. So just attack here, because then we can just Cyrus after. Like, Mesprit's a cool don't get me wrong, the Lake Trio Mesprit, very cool Pokemon, but the fact that you have to have 1 energy to retreat after your big attack kind of sucks, you know what I mean? It feels really bad. Because now they're not able to attack this turn because they had to put energy to retreat. So it is definitely a feels bad for sure. And now they're always going to be behind on energy because I attack the Pokemon in the front. In order to retreat, they're going to have to put 1 energy. I guess they can go to Giratina then. Oh no, we win right here. We got the Meowscarada. Slow build. Alright, it's a good thing we saved that Giovanni. Meowscarada coming in. Giovanni. Even if we didn't find Meowscarada here with Geo, we still had a Cyrus in the deck. And a Professor's Research in the hand. Which means with 3 cards left, we would have found it and killed that Mesprit, and they still needed to kill 2 of our Pokemon. So not bad. We're going second. Speaking of second. I think I want to put down double. Let's just chill. Let's wait. Let's wait for now. I wanted to see if he put an EX in the front, because I don't want him to Sabrina and then I lose tempo and stuff like that, etc, etc. The turn 1 Mars on me when I have a Professor's in hand and a Floragato would be pretty wild. In the bad way. Alright, they got their double zero aura. So next turn they'll be attacking for 50, and if they have a Giovanni, my Sprigatito is officially dead. So let's go ahead and Professor's Research, because it's going to be a risk here if we want to actually evolve the front or not. I'm gonna risk it. I'm gonna take the risk. If they don't have a Giovanni, then we can Meowscarada and we have Erika, and then we are unkillable. All it takes is them to not use Geo. I'm holding my breath right now. Just use the Professors, you know, do anything. Let's go! Nothing at all. Nothing at all is good for us. Alright, now we're truly unkillable. Let's put down the double Celebi, because realistically speaking, the game's done, right? The game is done. We're going to be able to swap back to our Meowscarada for just 1 energy. Floragato's in the back. And we have the Erika. Play all the cards in our hand so they can't even red card us anymore. And then Fighting Claws. Now we can build another Meowscarada without needing the rare candy in hand. Not too bad. Everything worked out. Perfect hand. Professor's Research. A Giovanni, a Cyrus. Fighting Claws. I'm going to build the other Floragato. Just 1 energy for now, and then I'll put 1 energy on a Celebi, because then we'll find out who wants to actually kill this Zero Aura once he kills us. No doubt he's got to have another EX, like an Arceus and a Pichu or something, right? I guess he just couldn't find the Pichu and the Arceus. Dang, man, we'll take it. Absolutely wild. Okay. We got second. I'm hoping this is going to be a Suicune matchup. It'll be a good, very good match. It is a Suicune. So they go first, which means they get to draw first. But since we have energy advantage, we might be able to work this in our favor. Just maybe. We get first swing, and as long as we can find either a Giovanni or a red before they find their giant cape, then we should be cooking. We're gonna need a little bit of luck to go our way, though. Dang, they have everything, man. Double Froakie, Suicune, Giratina. Man, oh man. The Suicune Giratina deck is crazy. I can't think about... They're going to Giant Cape the Suicune. Oh! Normally they only run 1 Giant Cape. This is good. Because now we can still one-shot the Suicune with a Giovanni or red. Alright, so we're looking for Giovanni. We're looking for red. We got the Floragato. We got a guaranteed Meowscarada evolution. But I do want to make sure we can find a rare candy so we can jump up quick. We got the rare candy. I'm going to not put down Pokemon. I mean, the odds of him having... He has 3 cards in hand. The odds of him having rare candy Greninja, and Cyrus as those 3 cards has gotta be very low that I can afford the Sprigatito and Celebi and then still cry for help and not have to worry about him using Cyrus to bring a Pokemon from the back to the front and me losing my tempo right now. I've got to believe, right? He doesn't have Greninja, Rare Candy, Cyrus. Nice, he doesn't. Okay, come on, baby, come on. 20% chance. Did not win the 20% chance. I'm sad. Now, we do get a chance to swing in. Let's Rare Candy the front. I kind of gave this guy a lot more fuel than I needed to. He's doing 100 damage, and if he finds the double Greninja, I'm dead. The odds of him having double Greninja, double Rare Candy in hand. Yes, he has 6 cards in hand, but I gotta believe he doesn't have it, right? Or else then I regret putting down the Celebi and thinning my hand just so he doesn't red card me so I can keep all my Meowscaradas in the hand. Mars, whew. He could have played that Mars like 1 turn sooner. Thank God. Alright, so he's opting to not build. Honestly, this is good that he actually didn't attack. Or actually, it's good that we didn't find our red, is what I want to say. And the main reason why is because finding red now means that we can one-shot the Giratina later on. So Meowscarada cleans up the Suicune. He's gonna put in Greninja, or not Greninja, Giratina. Alright, I guess Greninja, never mind. Maybe he's actually got the evolution here. Soften us up a little bit, possibly. You know what would be funny? If he attacks with Greninja, and then we attack him, and then he swaps the next turn, but then I get to attack with Celebi with Cyrus, and we can show off the de-evolve ability. Because yeah, we can win with Red and Meowscarada on Giratina, but I think it'd be a lot funnier winning with Celebi and de-evolving them. So I kind of hope he just attacks here with Greninja. Hard opponent, don't think too much about it now. He's got 18 seconds left. Here goes the Water Shuriken. He's trying to do math in his head at the moment. Swinging in, 60. Which means I'm gonna just swing in. All Giovanni as well. Doesn't really change anything. He's already used Mars. Let me just attack for 70. Simple turn for us. Now he's going to swap to Giratina to finish us, and obviously our Meowscarada can clean up. He knows that. I wouldn't be surprised if he, yeah, I was going to say Rare Candy and swaps to the other one. He won't be able to attack, but at least he can absorb some damage and then double Water Shuriken. I don't see a way he wins. Erika, I don't see Erika winning either, right? So he has 80 health on Froakie. I did 70 damage, which brought him down to 10. He healed up for 40. So he's at 50. He's at 50 HP on Greninja. He's at 50 HP on Greninja. I could Celebi and then just de-evolve him. But I could also Meowscarada and attack again. How many cards does he have in hand? 3. I think I'm going to Meowscarada this. And then Celebi goes in with the finish. Right? I'm doing the math right? Froakie had 80 health. I did 70 damage, which means it'll be at 10 when I de-evolve it. And then he healed for 40. Which means my Celebi can't kill it if I attacked him. And he'd live at 10 and just re-evolve anyways. So So I'm just gonna go ahead and Fighting Claws this. The odds are he's most likely gonna feel safe. Yeah, I think he's gonna feel safe, switch to Giratina, and then kill us on the Meowscarada, because that's like the only threat. And then I'll be able to Celebi Cyrus and kill the Greninja once he gets sloppy. Second Erika. So he's healed. I've done 130. I think we have enough damage, right? Yeah, we have enough damage with the Erika, no? Yeah, we should have enough damage. Because he was at 10 HP and then went up to 50. And then I hit him for 60 just now. Put him at -10. And he healed back up. So he's technically at 30 HP on Froakie. Yeah. I know this sounds confusing, but he's at 30 HP on Froakie. And now I'm able to actually attack with Celebi with Cyrus, and it kills the Greninja once it de-evolves. 40 damage. That'll be just enough to de-evolve it, and it should be at 0. And we win. We'll take it, man! The Celebi de-evolve is so good. Whew. Alright, so this is the Celebi Meowscarada deck that we ended up playing and trying out. It is double Sprigatito, 1 Floragato, double Meowscarada, and Rare Candy. So a 2-1-2 configuration with the base Celebi this time, the non-EX version, which allows you to devolve Pokemon if they're going stage 2. Most basic Pokemon have 40 HP, so if they evolve into a Pokemon that's a stage 2 with Rare Candy, you can devolve them. They lose the Rare Candy, and then that evolution, the stage 2, goes back into their hand. It definitely delays them on being able to re-evolve back to do more damage on you. So you get a little bit of best of both worlds, right? You have Meowscarada to deal with the big, beefy, basic, non-evolution EX Pokemon and or the stage 2 EX Pokemon. But for other basic Pokemon that don't actually evolve into an EX, you have Celebi to deal with. So say, for example, you're going up against a Rampardos with Skull Fossil. Celebi can one-shot Rampardos because you do 40 damage to it. It devolves back into a Skull Fossil. Skull Fossil has 40 HP, and then it dies. So it keeps that damage. And for other EX Pokemon that evolved from basic to stage 2 EX, you can still do Celebi plus Red, which does 60 damage to the EX Pokemon. They devolve back into the basic Pokemon, and most of the basic Pokemon in the game have 60 HP, so they'll keep that 60 damage, and then they end up dying that way. So you do get a little bit of best of both worlds with base Celebi and Meowscarada, which is nice. You have double Pokeball, double Leaf Cape for survivability, 1 Erika for healing, double Research, of course, as always, the Red for the example I just mentioned, and a Giovanni just in case you're going up against like an Oricorio. Meowscarada with Giovanni can do 70 damage. So you have 2 different types of damage dealers for EXs and non-EXs. Then we have, of course, a Sabrina Cyrus just in case. And that is the Meowscarada Celebi deck. Pretty fun. Glad that Meowscarada was able to kind of get revived here with the new expansion, Secluded Springs. If I were to add any other card into the deck, because we do need double energy to even start attacking on any of these Pokemon, you could theoretically throw in maybe a Tyrogue, because Tyrogue is a colorless baby Pokemon that can attack for just no energy and doesn't need any kind of energy, whatever. So you can run pure grass here. And all of your Pokemon are non-EXs anyway, so they're going to need to, if they kill Tyrogue, it's fine. They're still going to need to kill 2 of your other Pokemon before they win. So Tyrogue could be an option you could throw in if you want to try and get some damage done with guaranteed damage to put them into a killing threshold for either your Celebi when they de-evolve back, or your Meowscarada for the EX Pokemon. But this is the deck. So that is what I would recommend. Did a quick change here. We basically got rid of 1 Celebi for 1 Tyrogue, and then you would keep the double Meowscarada and everything else. So that would be the different variant for this deck if you wanted to make sure you're still able to attack and do damage without needing to worry about everything needs 2 energy to attack, 2 energy to attack. Tyrogue can kind of help fill in that last gap for you if you need.